Bonjour, it's Anne. Welcome back to my channel for what I hope this time is the last part of how to list your first listing to open your your new Etsy shop on Etsy. So as you might have noticed, I've been going about that in sections so that you can easily find each section and don't have to wait through a long video, but you actually have to do the first listing all in one piece because there is no possibility to save as a draft, okay? And if some of the mandatory things are not filled, like those that have this little asterisk here, then you won't be able to save and continue. So uh, make sure that you have the time to do this. Okay, so now we have to enter a price. So let's say 65 euros. I'm doing it a little bit randomly. As I said, I will deactivate this listing right after I list it. It's just for the purpose of going through the process. Quantity 1 is KU is the stock number, so it depends whether you use them or not. You can well, basically you make them up, so unless you have barcodes, you can just make them up. So right now I'm not going to bother. Variations would be if you want to offer this in various sizes or colors or any other kind of variation, like, I don't know, different bead size, bead hole size, or just anything, or different number of beads. Of course, here I just listed one set, so I'm not going to bother with the variations. Again, I'll do a separate video on that. Personalization is if you want to offer to your buyer the possibility to personalize the item. So here it's not applicable, of course. Once again, I will do a separate video on that. So, and we come to the shipping options, which are important. And so when you're going to fill your shipping options, I strongly encourage you to save them as shipping profiles. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it again from the start every time. So let's say I'm in France, so shipping origin is the country where you're shipping from will be France. Okay, you can select, of course, any country that you want. Processing time, this is the time that elapses between the moment when your buyers place their orders and the moment when you send it, you dispatch it. And you should use a little, well, I mean, select a delay that's a little larger than what you actually need, because if you get behind and you don't send on the day you're supposed to send, then Etsy will penalize you, okay? And yeah, it says here buyers are more likely to purchase items that ship quickly, but if your item is made to order, of course, don't worry too much about that. Just make sure that whatever you state, you stick to. Okay, that's the important thing. So fixed shipping costs, this is if you want if you know the costs and you can set them, okay? In France, for example, and in Europe in general, except maybe now in the UK, you don't have the possibility to use calculated shipping costs, so you have to go by fixed shipping costs. So shipping carrier, the main shipping carrier would be La Poste, of course, in France. Then you can select the mail class. So I always like uh, to ship fast, okay? But 1-2 days or 1 day here doesn't make a lot of difference. And so Etsy by default right now is offering you is telling you to set your shop to free shipping, so make sure you change that, otherwise you won't be charging your buyers for shipping, okay? So select fixed cost here and you can add the cost. So I don't know, let's say 5 euros. This is the cost for shipping the item on its own. And if people buy several items, you can choose an additional item cost, which will apply every time you have an additional item added to the order. So let's say it costs €1 if I ship it as an additional item. So how does that work? Etsy will look at the one item shipping costs of all the items that the buyer put in their cart and select the highest one, and this will be the base shipping cost. And then for all the other items, it will add the additional item cost here that you've entered. It's important to enter one because if you know that people are going to buy, I don't know, 3 bead sets, and the added weight means that the package will go into another mail class. If you haven't added the difference here, then you'll have to pay the cheaper. Well, the buyers will pay the cheaper cost, and then you'll be out of pocket. Okay. So here it selects France here by default because this is the country where I'm located, and Etsy treats that as domestic shipping, so it will offer me the domestic shipping first. Then you can either choose country by country or area by area how to set the next shipping costs, or you can choose everywhere else if you want to ship worldwide, but make sure that the costs cover any destination. Okay, so if I don't want anywhere else, I will just not enter anything here, and I'll go with add a location. So add a location. Here, first you have the main locations here. You can choose European Union or Europe non-EU here if you want, and then you have all the individual countries. So it's up to you how you want to set up your shipping. I do it really as simple as I can. So if I have usually basically only 3 different shipping costs, one for domestic, one for Europe, and one for everywhere else. So I would select, for example, European Union here, and then you see that because it's not domestic, you have different options here. So once again, you can choose which one you want. Okay. And don't forget again to enter both a fixed cost here. So let's say it's $7 and maybe $2 for the additional items. Of course, you have to calculate that, you know, based on the actual shipping costs. Then I don't know, other location, then I would have Europe non-EU, because in my case I know that the costs are the same. So I would do exactly the same. Okay, 7 and 2 here. And then I would do everywhere else because I ship worldwide here. Why can't, oh yeah, I can't do it here because everywhere else is already here. Okay, so I will once again use the faster shipping and change the fixed cost. So let's say it's €10 here and €3 per additional item. Okay, and then when I've done all this, I'm going to save that as a shipping profile. Oh no, first I'm going to see if I need shipping upgrades. For example, you can add a priority, an express option here for domestic or international. As you can see here, or you can have 1 day, or you can have economy, or you can have a custom option. For example, if I don't know, you need extra tracking, so you could enter whatever you want here and select again the carrier, the mail class, and enter the relevant here things. So I don't want to add any shipping upgrades right now, but what I want to do is save as a shipping profile, because this way I can reuse it. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've missed something here. Oh, add a location. Okay, it's because I have another box open here, so I'm just going to delete this one because everything is already covered. I have France, I have European Union, European non-EU, and everywhere else, so I don't need anything else. And so I'm going to save as a shipping profile. Shoppers love low shipping costs. Okay, don't worry about that. Just ask confirm and name the profile. So I'm going to name it, I don't know, whatever you want to remember, basic beads. Okay, create profile. And so the next time you will want to use it, you'll be able to use it. So right now I just wanted to see you how to set the cost, but of course you can decide to go with free shipping, in which case I refer you to the video I did on free shipping and why it's a good idea to offer free shipping. Okay, but for the moment I'll stay with what I've written here. Okay, and then you can preview shipping costs, but here it doesn't matter. And we are now ready to save and continue. We've finished the first listing. Oh, okay, I thought we had. So fill out all the required fields. So I must have missed something somewhere. It's going to be highlighted in red. So let's go back up. Oh, choose a renewal option. Okay, for some reason it disappeared. I don't know why. Okay, so save and continue. And this time, yeah, we have stocked our shop. So we're one step further to opening our shop. Okay, then we will stop for now here, and the next video will be about how you will set up your payment methods here in Etsy. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to register before you go and check the freebies. The links will be under this video. See you, bye.